Hello everyone, welcome back to my JA Physics channel, and today we are going to discuss the question from Pathfinder book, and I am choosing the questions which are very much close to JA Advanced ideas, and definitely these ideas will be useful in solving the questions of JA Advanced. And moreover, we are going to explore the questions which are very near to classroom ideas. At the same time, whatever classroom logics you are going to learn, and I try to implement those things in the questions so that we will try to solve the question in known ways. Let's get into the question. So here is the question. There are two masses. Okay, so these are the masses M and M, which are 1 kg. So both are connected by a string to a other mass. You can take it as a disk. So whose mass is capital M as given 2 kg. Okay. So this is completely kept on a some smooth horizontal table. So something like this. On a smooth horizontal table, it is kept, and mid mass as given some velocity v, which is I think 2 meter per second. Yes, it is 2 meter per second. Okay. So perpendicular to the what do you say that strings. So then when they are about to collide, what is the tension in the thread or tension in the string? When they are about to collide, so as it is projected, then these particles will move towards each other because of tension forces. Okay. So this is the question, and we are about to find out the tension value. But what is the logic to understand, or what is the logic to be applied in the question is, that's very simple. Like, see, first of all, you need to understand some terminology in the question. If you can understand the terminology, the same ideas you can apply. What is that terminology is here? On a smooth horizontal surface. As it is smooth horizontal surface, okay, so then weight will act horizontal surface, weight will act downward, normal reaction will act upward. So I can say that weight and normal reaction both will cancel out, means no force is acting vertical direction. At the same time, it is a smooth horizontal surface. As it is smooth horizontal surface, somewhere here you can see, okay, as it is smooth horizontal surface, then there will be no friction acting, means horizontally also there is no force acting. So that means vertically force are cancelling out, horizontally no force is acting. So I can say that horizontally I can conserve the momentum because no external force is acting. So this particular statement will give the idea of conservation of linear momentum. So I am writing as COLM. So like this, in every question there are some triggering statements. So with that statement we need to, that idea to be triggered. Okay, so you have to prepare in this way so that you can approach the questions, you can solve the questions finally. Okay. So what is the next statement is? Next statement is what? Initially perpendicular velocity is given. Okay, that's okay, final. And tension value we have to find out. Ultimately we have to find out the force. We need to identify the force. Then as we want to identify the force, so force method is the best one to identify the force. Like, what do you say that force method means? So I'll write down all the forces and I'll go for net force is equal to mass into some acceleration. Okay, so this is the idea. So this is the question overview. Now let us go to the solving of questions. So at the same time, they're asking when they are going to collide. As they are going to collide, they're asking. So I'm directly skip to the same step, like when they are going to collide, this is the scenario. Okay, so now this entire arrangement, suppose this particle which is having the 2 kg and these are having the 1 kg. Okay, suppose that this entire system is moving forward with some velocity v1. If this is having the v1, this particle also should have the v1 because of constraint, because of string constraint. So if this velocity is v1, and what is the velocity of this particle v1, even this also will have the v1. Sorry. At the same time, they move towards with some other velocities v2, and this velocity also should be v2. Again, I told you, as there is no force are acting, net force is 0, we can conserve the momentum. So along this direction, if I conserve the momentum, you can say this is x-axis, okay, na? And this is y-axis I am taking. So along the x-axis, if I conserve the momentum, both are having the same mass. So both should have the same velocity but opposite to each other, so that net momentum goes to 0, because initially the momentum was 0 along the x. Along the x, initially momentum is 0. Okay. So along the y, it is having the momentum initially. Initially momentum is 2 into 2 mv you can write down. Okay. So initially along the x momentum is 0, now also momentum should be 0, that's why I have taken the same velocities. Okay, and along the y we are having the entire system is having the v1 velocity. Why? Because of string constraint. If it is having the v1 velocity, this particle should have the v1 velocity. Along the string, the velocities has to be same. Okay, so now I conserve the momentum by conservation of linear momentum. See, I used to write down like this, conservation of linear momentum. Okay, so then I can write down initially along the y momentum is 2 into 2, that should be equal to, now total mass is 4. Okay, and what is the velocity along the y? Entire system is having the v1. So what is the v1 value I can write down? V1 I can write down 1 meter per second. This is the velocity, I got the v1 value. But I want to find out the v2 value. So v2 value, if I cannot find out by using conservation of linear momentum, because initially 0, now also 0. Okay, so now what else I can do that? I can do, see, mg and normal reaction is cancelling out, and horizontally no friction is acting. Means whatever be the mg and normal reaction are there, so those will do the 0 work done, because system is moving forward, system moves forward. Okay, and normal reaction and mg both are perpendicular, then work done by these forces will be 0. So like that, work done by all forces, even no friction is present, and these are doing the work 0. So work done is 0, kinetic energy should be conserved. Why? Because here horizontal surface, no, as all particles are moving on horizontal surface. So another logic comes over here that potential energy is constant. Potential energy of the particle is not changing, they are not moving up and down. So potential energy is constant, not changing. There is no work done by the any force. That means I am taking the entire system. So tension forces will become internal forces. Okay, so I am talking about the entire system. So on the entire system, no force is doing work. So I can conserve the kinetic energy. So initial kinetic energy and final kinetic energy I can equate, so that I can get a chance to find out V2. Okay, so I am using the conservation of energy now. What is the initial kinetic energy? So I can write down, let me change the color. So initial kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy. What is the initial kinetic energy? Half into 2 into 2 square. So directly I am writing the values instead of letters. Okay, sorry, yeah. Initial mass is, middle mass is 2 kg, that is given velocity 2 meter per second. The kinetic energy of this one is half into mass velocity square. Okay, so remaining things here we are having the expressions. I can write down half into, now directly I am writing the kinetic energy along the y axis. The component along the y I am taking, which is 2 kg, 1 kg and 1 kg. So total mass is 4 kg. Into velocity it is having the v1, so v1 square, plus half into mass is 1 kg. Velocity along the x axis, sorry, velocity along the x axis I am taking as v2, but 2 particles are there into 2. Okay, so then this value will become how much? 4 is equal to, this is 2 into v1 square, v1 is 1, yeah, plus this is 2 cancel out, you will get simply v2 square. So 4 minus 2 is equal to v2 square, then v2 square is equal to 2, okay, so I am keeping the v2 square as 2 because I know v2 square is required for me, or else if you want to find out v2 value you can write down root 2. Now the question is how to find out the tension. Okay, yeah. So this is an important idea for the entire question, like solving of question depends on this idea. So please follow carefully this one. See, now I want to find out the tension value. So if I take tension here, no mg, no normal reaction, both are cancelling out, we know that, only tension is acting. And what is the velocity it is having? Velocity v2, perpendicular velocity. If it is having the perpendicular velocity, so can I write t is equal to, the question is t is equal to mv2 square by some L, if L is the length of the wire. Can we write down like this? This is the one place where students will do the mistake, like they directly write down in this way. But if you are writing like this, this has to be with respect to ground. Understood? So if you are solving with respect to ground, now the particle is not moving completely circular motion, it is moving forward also. It is having the v1 velocity also, no? It is not only having the v2 velocity. I am supposing that only particle is having the v2 velocity and no velocity is there along this direction. Okay, no? So then I can apply directly, this is in circular motion, then tension is equal to mv2 square by L. Understood? So that's why while you are applying this one, you should be very careful. Particle is having the velocity v1 also in this direction, and this mass is also having the velocity v1. Now what we have to do is we have to make velocity of the particle along the string to be 0. If you are making the velocity of the particle along the string is 0, then you can write down this expression, because then particle will be purely in circular motion. Now particle is not in circular motion, because of it is in circular motion, at the same time it is moving forward also. I am talking about instantaneous motion of the particle. Okay. So then, this we can write down centripetal force is equal to mv square by r, but we have to be careful while writing here. Okay. So then I want to make the velocity of the particle along the string 0. Then what I have to do is I have to stand on this particle, means with respect to mass 2 kg, which is capital M. Okay. With respect to mass capital M, if I look this particle, then relative velocity will be 0. Along the string there will be no relative velocity. Only we will have velocity perpendicular to the string. Now first of all, velocity is not there for the particle. So I can apply on the mass, I can apply centripetal force logic. But again still I cannot write down T is equal to mv2 square by L. Why? Because now this is an accelerating body. Whatever this particle is there, this is an accelerating body. Why? Because see, if tension is acting on the particle, same tension will act on the, so here I am taking tension is T, and same tension forces will act on 2 kg particle also. Then what is the net force acting on 2 kg? 2T downward. Net force acting on 2 kg is 2T downward, which will retard the particle or retard that 2 kg mass. So it is in accelerating frame. Like whatever observer I have taken, so this observer is in the accelerating frame. What the acceleration is? Actually it is having the acceleration I am taking downward, which is 2T by capital M. Okay, you can call it as retardation also. Why? Because these forces are acting opposite to the velocity. So directly I have taken the acceleration in backward direction, I mean along the string direction, tension acting in the string direction I have taken. So now observer is in accelerating frame. So I cannot write down T is directly equal to mv2 square by L. So I need to add one more force, that is pseudo force. What is the pseudo force? Is opposite to acceleration it will act. So I can write down small m into acceleration of the frame 2T by m. So usually pseudo force means I write down in this way, mass of the particle on which you are applying multiplied with the acceleration of the frame. Okay, so that is the pseudo force magnitude, and pseudo force direction should be opposite to the acceleration of the frame. So I am taking the acceleration direction in this way, you can call it as retardation as I said. Okay, so now opposite to that is the pseudo force. Now that's it. So with respect to this observer, now particle is in purely circular motion. Then I can write down the equation as now little modified. The idea is same, but equation will be modified. Now what is the total force acting towards the center? The total force acting towards the center is T plus small m into 2T by capital M is equal to mv2 square by L. So I told you no, v2 square is required for me. That's why I kept v2 square as 2 only. So then write down all values. Small m value is 1 kg, 2T by capital M value is 2 kg is equal to again 1 kg for small m. v2 square is 2 and length value is I think 50 centimeter. Let me go through that first. Yeah. So this is 50 centimeter. See once. We got 50 centimeter. Okay. So that means half meter. So I am going with the same. If I take half meter over here, then what is the value I will get? This is 2T, which is equal to, this is 4, then T value is equal to 2 Newton. Okay, so in this way you can solve the questions. So little you need to take care while applying the all principles of physics, and remember, if you read the question properly and if you are understanding all the statements of the question, then you will get an idea to solve the questions. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you really like it, so do hit the like button. If you are watching this channel for, this video or channel for the first time, then please subscribe the channel for more number of videos. Thank you so much. We'll meet you in the next video.